Hi students, have a nice day. In this video, we are going to learn about 10th chemistry. The topic name is periodic classification of elements part 2. Students, now we are going to learn about types of separation or concentration of an ore. There are four major types of separation of ores based on the nature of the ore. Concentration of the crushed ore is done mainly by the following methods: hydraulic method, magnetic separation method, froth flotation method, and leaching method. So, the principle of hydraulic method is the difference in the density or specific gravities of the ore, and the Kang is main principle behind this method. In this method, the ore is poured over a sloping, vibrating corrugated table with screws, and a jet of water is allowed to flow over it. The denser ore particles settle down in the screws, and lighter gangue particles are washed down by water. Then the powder is washed with a current of flowing water, lighter gangue particles washed away, and the heavier ore particles remain behind at the bottom. Next we move to magnetic separation method. In this method, the crushed ore is placed over a conveyor belt which rotates around two metal wheels, one of which is magnetic. The magnetic particles are attracted to the magnetic wheel and fall separately apart from the non-magnetic particles. The principle of this method is the magnetic properties of the ores form the basis of separation. When either the ore or the gangue is magnetic, this method is employed. For example, tin stone SnO2, the ore of tin. We move to froth flotation method. This method, the crushed ore is taken in a large tank containing oil and water and agitated with a current of compressed air. The ore is wetted by the oil and gets separated from the gangue in the form of the froth. Since the ore is lighter, it comes on the surface with the froth and the impurities are left behind. For example, zinc blende. Principle of this method depends on the preferential wettability of the ore with oil, pine oil, and the gangue particles by water. Lighter ores such as sulfide ores are concentrated by this method. Next we move to last one, chemical method or leaching process. This method is employed when the ore is in a very pure form. The ore is treated with a suitable reagent such that the ore is soluble in it, but the impurities are not. The impurities are removed by filtration method. The solution of the ore, that is, the filtrate, is treated with a suitable reagent which precipitate the ore. For example, bauxite, the ore of aluminium. Next, let's learn about physical properties of metal. First one, ductility. Metals are usually ductile. In other words, they can be drawn into thin wires without breaking. And second one, malleability. Metals are usually malleable, that is, they can be beaten into thin sheet without cracking. And third one, conduction and heat electricity. Metals are good conductors of heat and electricity. For example, silver and copper excellent in this property. And next one, usually metals possess high melting and boiling points and vaporize only at high temperatures. Next, density. Metals have high density. And last one, most of the metals are hard and very strong. Now let's learn about extractive metallurgy of aluminium. Aluminium is the metal found most abundantly in the earth crust. Since it is a reactive metal, it occurs in the combined state. The important ores of aluminium: bauxite, cryolite, and corundum. So first one, bauxite is the chief ore of aluminium. The extraction of aluminium from bauxite involves two steps. First one, Bayes process, and another one, Hall's process. So first we learn about Bayes. Bauxite ore is finely ground and heated under pressure with a solution of concentrated caustic soda solution at 150 degrees Celsius to obtain sodium meta-aluminate. And second step, on diluting sodium meta-aluminate with water, a precipitate of aluminum hydroxide is formed. And third one, the precipitate is filtered, washed, tried and ignited at 1000 degrees Celsius to get pure alumina. Next we move to Hall's process. Aluminium is produced by the electrolytic reduction of fused alumina in the electrolytic cell. This method, cathode acts as an iron tank linked with graphite and anode a bunch of graphite rods suspended in molten electrolytes. An electrolyte acts as a pure alumina and molten cryolite and fluorspar. Fluorspar lowers the fusion temperature of electrolyte. Aluminium is deposited at the cathode and oxygen gas is liberated at the anode. Oxygen combines with graphite to form carbon dioxide. Now let's learn about physical properties of aluminium. So first one, it is a silvery white metal. It has low density and it is light. And third one, it is malleable and ductile. And fourth one, it is a good conductor of heat and electricity. And fifth one, its melting point is 660 degrees Celsius. And last one, it can be polished to produce a shiny attractive appearance. Next we move to chemical properties of aluminium. So first one, aluminium is reaction with air. It is not affected by dry air. On heating at 800 degrees Celsius, aluminium burns very brightly, forming its oxide and nitrate. Aluminium is reacted with oxygen to form aluminium oxide and aluminium is reacted with nitrogen to form aluminium nitrate. Second reaction, reaction with water. Water does not react with aluminium due to the layer of oxide on it. When steam is passed over red hot aluminium, hydrogen is produced. Aluminium is reacted with steam to form aluminium oxide and evaporated to hydrogen. And third one, reaction with alkalis. Aluminium reacts with strong caustic alkalis forming aluminates. For example, aluminium is reacted with sodium hydroxide and water to form sodium meta-aluminate and liberated hydrogen gas. And fourth one, aluminium react with acids. With dilute and concentrated hydrochloric acid, it liberates hydrogen gas. Aluminium liberates hydrogen on reaction with dilute sulfuric acid. Sulfur dioxide is liberated with hot concentrated sulfuric acid. Metal is reacted with acid to form salt and hydrogen gas. Aluminium reaction with concentrated nitric acid. Dilute and concentrated nitric acid does not attack aluminium, but it renders aluminium passive due to the formation of an oxide film on its surface. Aluminium is a powerful reducing agent. When a mixture of aluminium powder and iron oxide is ignited, the latter is reduced to metal. This process is known as aluminothermic process. So iron oxide is reacted with aluminium to form iron and aluminium oxide and heat is evaporated. Now let's learn about physical properties of copper. Copper is a reddish brown metal with high luster, high density and high melting point. Now let's learn about chemical properties of copper. First reaction, action of air and moisture. Copper gets covered with a green layer of basic copper carbonate in the presence of carbon dioxide and moisture. Copper is reacted with oxygen, carbon dioxide and water molecule to form basic copper carbonate. Action of heat. Copper when heated redness below 1370 Kelvin in the presence of oxygen or air First it gets converted to black cupric oxide, and further heating to above 1370 Kelvin it gets converted into red cuprous oxide. Next chemical reaction, action of acid. Dilute acids such as hydrochloric acid and sulfuric acid have no action on these metals in the absence of air or an oxidizing agent. Copper dissolves in this acid in the presence of air. First, copper is reacted with dilute hydrochloric acid to form copper chloride, and copper is reacted with sulfuric acid to form copper sulfate. Next reaction, action of chlorine. Chlorine react with copper to form copper 2 chloride. And next last one, action of alkalis. Copper is not attacked by alkalis. Now let's learn about uses of copper. It is extensively used in manufacturing electric cables and other electric appliances. It is used for making utensils, containers, calorimeters and coins. And third one, it is used in electroplating, and last point, it is alloyed with gold and silver for making coins and jewels. Now let's learn about extraction of copper from copper pyrites. The important ores of copper is copper pyrites, cuprite or ruby copper and copper glands. The chief ore of copper is copper pyrite. It yields nearly 76% of the world production of copper. Extraction of copper from copper pyrites involves the following steps. Roasting method. In this method, the concentrated ore is rotated in excess of air. During the process of roasting, the moisture and volatile impurities are removed. Sulfur, phosphorus, arsenic and antimony are removed as oxides. Copper pyrite is partially converted into sulfides of copper and iron. Next we move to smelting process. The roasted ore is mixed with powdered coke and sand and is heated in a blast furnace to obtain matte and slag. The slag is removed as waste. Now let's learn about Bessemerization method. The molten matte is transferred to Bessemer converted in order to obtain blister copper. Ferrous sulfide from matte is oxidized to ferrous oxide, which is removed as slag using silica. So ferrous sulfide is reacted with oxygen to form iron oxide and sulfur dioxide. Iron oxide is reacted with silicon dioxide to form slag, that means iron silicate. And third step, copper sulfide is reacted with oxygen to form copper 1 oxide and to remove the sulfur dioxide. Next last one, copper 1 oxide is reacted with copper sulfide to form blister copper and removal of sulfur dioxide.